Hi guys, today we're talking about gay camp. Yes. So I just got back from about a month of travel and it's been very busy, but I was out in California volunteering at an LGBTQ plus leadership camp. If you were like me when I first heard about the camp, etc., I was like,
oh my gosh, what is that?
so the camp is called Brave Trails, and I'm of course repping the merch. This was the staff shirt this year, and yeah, it's a LGBTQ plus summer camp, but it's not just like any other camp. It is designed to be a leadership camp, and we'll get into what that means later and talk about some of the programming. But yeah, I guess if I had to sum up the experience in a few words: colorful, conscious, friendly, warm, playful, heaven. A lot of the queer spaces that I have occupied and that I have had access to throughout my life have been very adult centric, very nightlife centric, and very white, cisgendered, gay male centric as well. So while the LGBTQ plus community envelops all of the colors of our rainbow, in my personal experience, I've only really been privy to one, two, maybe three very specific colors of that rainbow. Growing up in the Midwest, there unfortunately do not exist a lot of public spaces and places for members of our community to access at any time where everyone can feel safe, secure, and comfortable. I don't think it was until I was at camp that I really realized how much of our community I have missed. Because Brave Trails was a space for absolutely everyone. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how you identify, what pronouns you use. No matter where you're at in your journey of self-exploration and self-presentation, everyone is welcome. And everyone is present. So I guess I should backtrack and give some background. I think our youngest camper was 12 and our oldest camper was 19. And cabins are divided by age ranges, not by gender. And the entire experience from start to finish is designed to be as inclusive and genderless and free for everyone. It just is a space where everyone is equal and everyone is on the same page. When everybody gets to camp, we make a lanyard with a name tag and your pronouns on it. So mine is Ethan, he, him, because those are my pronouns. For a lot of those kids, that's the first time that they get to write down their name, their identity, and how they identify themselves. If you're cisgendered like me, or pronouns might not seem like a big deal, but to be in a space where it is a big deal to write down the pronoun that you identify with, but you were not assigned at birth, or that you don't have to worry about what your family will say or what your friends will say. You don't have to explain yourself about anything. You just get to be who you are. Just feeling the levity of some of the kids, seeing what that means to them, to be in that space where they feel free and safe and comfortable to be who they are, maybe for the first time in their lives. Yeah, it just gives me goosebumps now just thinking about it, because I just felt so grateful to be able to take the time off and to help out and be of service there. So I, along with 27, I think, other adults, volunteered for the week as staffers. So we have cabin counselors, and then we have A team, which is what I was on. I was more of operations, sort of floating around, helping set up programs, like drag shows and getting slideshows set up and helping with technology, but also running to CVS if someone needs something, or just really being all hands on deck for anything. I also helped out a little bit with some photo video stuff. We also had 3 medical professionals on call the entire time. Those were the med staff. They were amazing. And then we also had a licensed therapist that she was on call the whole time as the inclusion staff. So that's sort of the like who, what, where, when, why of it. But now I'm just gonna like kind of walk you through like what a day was typically like and what it feels like. So every morning we start off with a flag raising. If you don't know already, there's a flag for every identity and sexuality represented in the rainbow of the LGBTQ plus community. So every morning we started with raising one or two of the flags. The kids would explain what every color of each flag meant, who designed the flag, how long the flag's been around, and what it means. And then anybody that identifies with that flag would have the chance to stand up and say their name and pronouns and share their experience. Speaking for myself, that was the first time I had ever been a part of a respected flag raising for any queer flag. Like, sure, I've seen a lot of flags hung on houses or, like I have one draped in my home, but to have a group of people standing around a flagpole and raising a flag, like that has a weight to it. That has a respect to it. And just that formal process, I think really just set the tone each day to like understand that this community is so diverse and so vast and home to so many experiences that maybe we're familiar with, but also maybe we have no idea about. So just the empathy that was cultivated from the first thing that we do every day, I think that really just permeated throughout the experience, and it just really like created a safe environment that's all about like sharing and learning and growing together. And that was just beautiful. So what does it mean to be a leadership camp? I kind of wondered like what that would look like going into it as well before I had much more information. But really what it means is like the entire structure of the camp is set up to first and foremost give the kids an incredible like summer camp experience. Like that is above all else, that is what the camp is for. But throughout that, a lot of programming and workshops about racial justice, navigating the healthcare system as a queer person. I taught a class on healthy masculinity. There's classes on drag, theater, gardening, hiking, but then also programs like navigating the healthcare system as a queer person, or racial justice, how to be anti-racist. I taught a class on healthy masculinity. So there's so much programming that's just designed to facilitate conversation and cultivate change makers, so that everyone that comes to camp can experience what that safe space feels like and experience the importance of that, and then take that energy into their own communities. And there's a phrase at camp called "make it like camp," where it's all about, okay, taking what we learned in this space, taking the energy that was cultivated here, the love and the positivity of camp, and then making home like camp. So while it is like an incredible summer camp, it's also a place for leaders, a place for artists, a place for critical thinkers to come and bring their ideas about this world and our beautiful, colorful LGBTQ plus community, and cross-pollinate all these like young brains and minds and ideas, and then like see what happens, because amazing things happen. Like some of those kids were so talented. We had a variety show in the middle of the week where kids could sign up and perform, they could present an act, they could do comedy, they could sing, they could dance, and I like was blown away by some of the talent. I think overall, like the confidence that these young kids like exuded, I was just so proud. Every year we have Pride. I love Pride so much, but kind of back to what I was saying, a lot of my like Pride, a lot of my like queer, communal queer experiences are based around drinking or partying and like adult experiences. I've never felt more proud, more actual pride for our community, to be a member of our community, than I did at camp. It was just perfect. It was a very near perfect experience. I don't know if I could possibly like encompass every thought and feeling that I've had about camp, because I think I'm still processing like what it meant to me. As someone who grew up going to church camp, I can only imagine what my younger self would have done in a place like Brave Trails. To have that freedom to present yourself in its truest, most authentic form at such a young age, and to be supported in that. That's something that everyone needs. I could go on and on and on for hours about camp and how important it was and how dope it was and what it means, but you know, maybe I should just show instead of tell, because I was able to, with my friend Win, who is another like photo video person, we were able to make an end of the week recap video. So I will leave you with that. I will also leave the website in the description down below. I urge you to get more information and keep exploring it if this sounds like something that you might be interested in being a part of, or if not that, and if you have extra resources, maybe making a donation, tax deductible. Or if you know of any other like LGBTQ plus camps, please put them in the comments down below. I would love for this to be just like a place of like learning and sharing, and we're making it like camp, okay? This is me making it like camp, passing it along, just being a proper unicorn crew member. I just want to say thank you to Jessica, Kayla, Jake, Sharmi, Isabel. That's the leadership team of Brave Trails, and specifically Jessica and Kayla. It is their life's work. They have created Brave Trails from the ground up. So I just want to say thank you right now and send out love to people that take it upon themselves to literally build things that change lives. It was a really amazing experience, and it really reminded me of the power that each and all of us have in our own everyday life to make decisions that can profoundly make this world a better place. It's easy to get cynical and a little bit jaded sometimes, but man, if you need like a direct shot of like optimism, like go watch the Brave Trails video that we made. So I will leave you with that. Remember that you can change the world if you want to. That's it. That's all I'll say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stick around for the next one. Bye.